Azamat, good morning, and thank you for
Morning.
being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank
Oh,
you
my
for
pleasure.
inviting. Yeah.
Azamat, let's start the conversation by just you introducing yourself. Tell everyone, please, who's Azamat and what do you do?
I'm Azamat. I'm 30 years old. I'm personal trainer specializing for strength condition, bodybuilding. I do Jiu Jitsu. This is my new journey. I used to be a black belt judo.
Nice.
Now my new journey is be Jiu Jitsu, which is my second part. I used to be the bodybuilder. Now I founded my part being in the Jiu Jitsu, rolling, hugging people on the mat. Basically, what we do. Yeah,
Before I get into the jiu-jitsu part and why did you get into it, let me
yeah.
start by asking, what got you into personal training? Like, why personal training is specific? Like, why didn't you go for something else? Is it something that you wanted to be since you were a kid, or is it something that life have put you on the path, let's say?
No, basically, actually, I'm graduate as engineer.
Mm,
Engineer. Yeah, my parents always wants to be army. I used to go army academy
mhm.
for 1 year, and I fortunately, I would say my parents say unfortunately, but I say fortunately, I got kicked out. Yeah, I was a little bit naughty. I like to fight, and unfortunately, I couldn't make it.
Mm,
And I gone to engineer. My parents wants to be builder, constructor. I said no, I want to be like machine building engineer.
okay.
Then I graduated as machine building engineer. Then I switched, turned to the hospitality, which I
Mhm.
work in the restaurant. And my first job here in Abu Dhabi, I joined as a waiter. Then I started to grow up, and I started to develop. Okay, then I will become supervisor. Then I become assistant manager. To next level, there was okay. I want to be assistant manager, and then I want to be operation manager. There is like general manager. I didn't know there is like.
Yeah.
Then one day, COVID came.
Mhm.
Everything has been changed. Has been changed. My physique was when I used to compete judo, like in our country, I think it's basic stuff to go judo, sambo, any combat sports. It's mandatory to go to avoid kids from drugs, from from any additional extra. What's give you what's called
Let's say bad habits in a way,
yeah
maybe.
bad habits. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't get distracted on the bad way to behavior, to respect people, to build your manner to another people, give a respect. And how I came, then I switched to the I was fighting at 68 kg. Yeah,
Okay.
my last fight was 62. Yeah, we used to cut the weight. Then COVID came. I
Mm,
was still 68, but I was in the physique. I would say I wasn't like I wasn't in the bad shape. I was physique. Then I started 2020. COVID came. I said, okay, let me build myself. Then I start to hire a trainer.
mhm.
I hired a trainer. She's still as a trainer here in Abu Dhabi. She's very successful. She is the one bring me basic how looks like. Then I start to learn how she design the program, how she approach the client, how she does in online, all these things.
Mm.
Then COVID came. Unfortunately, we can't make it in real,
Yeah.
like face to face, and we switched to online. And unfortunately, I couldn't afford. Then I told him, okay, I will do myself. You just send me online, I will do myself. Then I did myself these crazy push-ups with the bottled water, with the stone on the back,
Yeah.
like try my best. Then I gained around like 20 kg within like 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah. My goal was was clear to gain 94 kg. Then, of course, we set the goal to compete. I told her, I don't want just to gain mass. I want to do something challenging. Let's do competition. And she was like, are you ready for this? I said, yeah. Okay. Then we went to the competition. I went alone. And my first competition was 2021. Yeah, I get 1 year to prepare after COVID. Then my journey was, then I lost it. I got like 10 placed. Yeah, 10 placed.
Okay, not bad for a first time.
First time 10 placed. Even they give medal, everything was like, there is a lot of people, like around 40 people, and I got like top 10. I was like, and this may demotivate me. I said, I put so much effort for this and I didn't get anything, like 10 placed. And it was in the Dubai. Then one day I meet one person. She told me, Azamat, never give up. Randomly person in the bar. I think I just went to the bar just celebrate.
Yeah.
Just never. I told the story. She told me, this is moment you will remember when you start.
Beautiful.
I want to, honestly, I was with me this medal, they give a trophy medal. I want to throw away. I said, Khalas, I'm not going to do anything. I'm done. Then she told me no. She told me no. Azamat, relax. You will find it your way next. Then next year, I meet, and then I told myself, I went to the judges. I told them, what's my point, weak point? They said, hire a proper trainer who can help you with you. Then one day I went to the trainer chef in the WDC. Then I meet one trainer. He's from Belarus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I meet, and we kind of catch up, like emotionally catched, physically, mentally. And he told me, okay, Azamat, I'm gonna take you, but you have to do with me one workout, leg day.
Okay.
If you survive, I'm gonna take you. So okay, very good, why not? Then he was impressed. Okay, you're going in, let's train together. Then we kind of find a partner each other and we train. Then we went Abu Dhabi Expo. Next, this is my this is my third competition.
When was that? Which year?
2022.
So 1 year after your first competition.
Yeah, 1 year
Okay.
after. 22, he said, okay, get prepared. And we prepared, and I got 6th place.
Okay.
Then I told him I'm not going to use any cycle. We're going to use like pure natural. We're going to maximize our performance. That time I used to work in the still in hospitality. I'm not as a PT. I'm still in the hospitality. My shift, crazy. It's 4 to 2 a.m. 4 to 2 a.m. And that time I used to work 2 times. He told me, Azamat, okay, you have to recover. That time I didn't sleep. I had 2 jobs. And I said, okay, I'm going to maximize my performance as much as I can. Everything is possible. And he told me, Azamat, there is 3 months before competition. We need to do cardio in the morning. You have to come in the 6 a.m. I said, no problem. He said, how are we going to sleep? I said, I think we can manage this. I said, we can nap. Yeah, I said, like, you can help me with this. And I used to like come 2 a.m., sleep, 6 a.m., wake up, go to there, 1 hour cardio, come back, sleep, eat, again, repeat. It was 3 months and work. And most part, this 3 months taught me control my emotions. Because sometimes when I serve the guests, sometimes guests get annoying, they complain, food delayed, food this. I was like, and I won't express my feelings. Then I said, sorry.
It's okay, no problem. Yeah, it's
She's
fine.
Princess
It's all right,
Lily.
don't worry.
It was like, what I'm gonna do? Why what I'm doing? It's for me. It's not for them. It's not their fault. I'm getting emotional. I'm on the prep. I'm on that. I said, okay, myself, you control yourself, be emotional, calm down. And 3 months was this taught me everyone is different, and you need to. It's no one related on your goals, but they can help you to reach there. No one's its fault, but everyone can help you to reach, because everyone you meet and the person is experience in your life. Anyone, even he is rude, this is the experience. Okay, how you control yourself. If he's rude, it doesn't mean you have to be rude. If he is nice, it doesn't mean you have to be also nice. If he's nice to you, you be nice to him. I would say boomerang, back to back.
Yes.
Then one day I have to choose. I was finished competition, and I told my trainer, I think I need to change career. I think I get frustrated from that, from the being hospitality. I told myself 5 years what I'm gonna do. 5 years I'm gonna be general manager. Okay, yes, I'm gonna be one position manager, but what's next? What's next? How? I'm gonna again stand every day, 12 hours stand on the legs. It's gonna be effect on my routine, what I'm doing and the training. And I didn't recover properly. I do work out what he used to done for me. I do properly, but I'm not going to recover, because you can see maybe mind you're strong, your mind is strong, but physically you have to get recovered.
True.
After that, I told him one day I just resign. January, I think it's January 1st, not January 1st. Yes,
January 1st, 2022 or 2023?
2023.
2023. Okay.
Yeah, January 2023, I got resigned. No one asked even. I almost get promotion in restaurant. I got almost. They said, wait a little bit, we give you promotion. Let a little bit, we get promotion, because I asked them raise my salary. They said we can't raise salary, but we can give you promotion. Most people agreed. I said no, I'm not gonna do for free. Everyone has to be get paid for their job. And they're like, okay, we will find out something. And I was good with the general manager. General manager he's into fitness. We always allowed fitness, because fitness, it's whatever relative to fitness, you can find it. Connections, I would say network. Fitness, it's a healthy network to find right people.
True.
It's not all about sometimes he's this guy going to be the best, he's doing the best. Everyone doing the best. Everyone. But as soon as you stay consistent and be nice, positive, and drive what you have to drive. After that, I told my trainer, I know he has a connection, he has a name in this country because he's been long time. I told him I would like to be a personal trainer, and he told me, okay, you need to pass level 1, level 2, level 3 certification. That time I was prepared already. I had the level 1, level 2, level 3, because I know in case study, I need to learn myself, study. Like I always say, knowledge is the power.
True.
Then you get experience, you apply for experience, and you get experience. Power, knowledge, power, you apply and you get experience.
True.
Then he told me, okay, let me go. Then he called one company. He was good with the manager. He told me apply. Then I applied, and he told me how it's going to be practical, everything. It was very smooth. I took a risk because I had only 20 days to leave country.
Oh.
And within 20 days, I wasn't worried, honestly. I was like, okay, relax. I need to be relaxed. If I'm unconscious, get worse. I have to be relaxed. Everything find out. Just work. I searching job. I was searching, looking for, and everyone asking experience. When I went to the company, they said, okay, try it by connections. I tried, and they said, After like 2 days, they didn't call me. They called him.
Mhm.
They called him. They told him, okay, he got fired. I'm sorry, he got hired. Thank you
Mhm.
very much. Thank you very much. He was like very good. He is performance. And in the interview, he was asking, "Are you work as a PT?" I had a client, one, two clients, just to get experience. I said, never. I never work as a PT. But he said, you have experience, you know. I said, I think hospitality helps me to how to connect with the people,
True.
because when I went to the first course as a PT certification, speaker was asking, where are you working? I said, I'm working hospitality. I never work as a. He said, if you apply this right way to your PT as a personal trainer, you're gonna be very successful. It's gonna be help you a lot anyway, anytime, anyway.
True.
This is the. I think if you work in hospitality, anyone work in hospitality more than 4 5 years. My experience, I think more than 8 years, I believe 9 years, and you can manage everything. I think you can be unstoppable, and especially not. I'm telling physically,
Yes.
emotionally, you can be unstoppable because people drive you crazy for no reason. Because sorry, this is honest.
Very true, very true, man. Very true. I've been in the same
Very,
shoes that you're talking about.
yeah, people drives you crazy for no reason because they think they're king, and you have to do for them everything. It comes to the service, because this country service, they think if I pay money, they didn't pay my knowledge, they pay for the service, which is the misconceptions of people. People pay for your time and for your knowledge, which you given, and try to help them. This is the one. Then I switched. Now I'm PT still, which is I'm happy because my goal was just helping people to change their life in a good way, because everything is happening in the world now, and it comes the war, pressure. People come to you just a relief. Let's take these global things, even small things, family, kids, and work 9 to 5. Most probably people works 9 to 5. It's pressure to sit every day, uh, just to making report every day, every quarter. This is the pressure. I think this is gym. I understand. You need to understand people. If he came, you have to be already grateful. You have to be thankful. Thank to the client. He's thank you to putting your effort. Even he comes once in a week, still okay. Because some people, some PT pushing 3 times, 2 times. Yes, I understand there is a business. There is a business you have to do. You have to also like fill your pockets, your wallets, your bills. But sometimes I believe if you help people to just relieve their emotions,
Yes.
if you help this, I think they're gonna stay with you. Most you have to able to. You can get clients. Any trainer can get clients, but most important, get consistency, loyalty, and be reliable with them. Because with me already clients, yesterday I noticed like I did for me forecast all like 2 years, 2 years my experience, more than 2 years experience, all of them, 10 clients, all they still same with me, which is the good result for me. Of course, I'm not gonna show anyone, okay, I'm doing this. I don't like to show off.
Yeah.
I like to help people and go their path, because some trainer, yes, some people say, Azamat, you have to do this, you have to show them result. I said, this is their personal issue. This is their personal goal. Why I have to share that? Yeah, it's good to marketing, but I will, if people talk, they will talk. You know?
Word of
This is me.
mouth. Man, like,
Yeah.
I need to get into the topic of you preparing for the competition and so on, but like you mentioned something very beautiful, and that is the fact that connecting with the clients on a mental and emotional level is more lucrative and it gives you, let's say, loyalty with the client on the long term compared to just, let's say, trying to think of them as a money-making machine in a sense or an ATM in a way.
Yeah.
So, what tips, for example, can you tell me or to tell any of the new PTs or trainers? Like, how can you maintain or retain clients for the long term, for example, from your experience?
First, I will say design the program. Design the program at least minimum for 3 months. I would say it's basic. You have to understand what's their goal. If their goal to lose the weight, most probably they lose the weight, which is the main. Some people come just for fitness,
Sure.
and design the program and understand their hobbies,
Mm,
and what they're interested on.
okay, I see.
If you got the client what they're interested on, because everyone has a hobby. 90% of clients watching football, and they like to play football.
I see.
And Ian sometimes he wants to perform best in the football because there is competitive. Even they design the program, you don't just jump on the machine. You have to show them exercise for football players, example,
Hmm.
strength condition, which you can say, do you know, example, let's say Ronaldo. Everyone loves Ronaldo. Let's take his routine and let's apply one of exercise. You do 5 exercises within 1 hour. One exercise apply for Ronaldo routine. Tell them this is Ronaldo do, which is most probably be hard, but you have to make it in the easy way, which is the moderate weight, and to improve his performance. This is third one, work on stability of the client. Some people, what they call, they come, PT comes and they would say, okay, let's start. And they will jump on machine. They will jump on the squat. Even he never gets squat and he got injured. This is the most misconception. I will always say, start with your body weight. Tell them first 2 weeks, our design the program going to be only body weights. We're going to work on the body weight, stability with the balls, with the resistance band to control your body, with connect your mind with your body. I believe if you do these 5 sequences, I would say you're going to be, everyone going to come to you as a PT successful. This is the most Mickey. Nothing it's extremely high. It's just the basic stuff with which do. Even you don't have to be in the shape, which is, I disagree. You have to be in the shape.
Mm,
I'm not saying you have to be. You have to be look like your trainer.
mhm.
I'm not saying this is the misconception I always has, like trainer should looks like trainer.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he needs to be get 6 packs. He needs to be okay. This gentleman. He can perform. Example, I would say show me some drills exercise. Example, he will, if he football player, lateral movement on the side. If you're 120 kg, you can't show
You
him
cannot go.
how to properly because you're gonna lose the balance. I mean, this is the one. If you're got fit and you can show him, okay, if he can do, I can do also. I mean, this is movement can motivate him also.
Yeah.
This is my I would say advice. I don't like give advice because there is no free advice, I would say,
Yeah.
because you comes to the gym, everyone give advice to you, you do this, you do this, you do this. But this is my, I would say, 5 sequence. How for me it applies. I find that clients interested what they're into. Some client interested in the restaurant business, some client interested Formula One.
Mm.
Okay, read about what's going in the basketball. You don't
Mm.
have to read. You don't have to read explore, just explore what's happening in the basketball world, what happened in football world, who is the champion leagues now, what's coming in wrestling, people like wrestling, boxing, UFC, maybe people love UFC, this, like, or grappling, Jiu Jitsu, anything to relative their external sport, not internal, what you do with them, but this is the how.
That's very beautiful. So, like trying to connect with them on a level which is outside, let's say, the gym environment in their external life, and connecting them with their hobbies, their lifestyle. I think that's going to build like more connection and bridge between the trainer and the client in a sense.
Absolutely.
Can you tell me, please, about your journey for preparing for the competition? Like, how do you start? For example, you knowing that you have a competition in a year, how do you
Yeah.
approach it? How do you program yourself when it comes to training, food, cardio, lifestyle changes? What do you do basically?
Very good. Actually, I'm preparing 1 year. We have a, it comes bodybuilding competition. We're
Hmm.
talking about bodybuilding competition, right?
Sure.
Or we count about basically on the martial arts,
Hmm.
because both of them is different, which is completely different. Bodybuilding competitions main goal, you put muscle mass, go on the stage, get lean and show your muscles,
Yeah.
get physique, X shape, which is the main, and you need to keep it muscles what you put within off season. Off season, I would say my competition within 1 year, I do 6 months of, I eat ton of meat, ton of meat, ton of food, which is do, and of course, approach with my coach. You have to hire the coach. He give you diet plan,
Hmm.
because you have to follow, and he will see by form. Then after 6 months, we start slowly to preparing for the competition. We start to slow down carbohydrates, goes a little bit down fat amounted. Usually bodybuilders, they don't count calories, they counted macros,
Okay.
which is carbs, fat, and proteins. As soon as your consumption's amount, you have to take it in day. Even for your body, you're taking like what I used to take when I was off season: 500 grams carbs, 50 grams of fat, 300 grams of protein, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Which is low. When you're cutting season, you keep it the same, but we start to cut the carbs until third month. After third month,
Hmm.
we start to get cycle. What we do terms of nutrition. We do 3 days zero carbs,
Hmm.
3 days with the carbs, and again 3 days with the carbs, 3 days no carbs, which
Hmm.
is the emotional. You can get damaged, your sinus system also damaged, and after that you have to get supplements, which is they help you to recover quick as much you can. This is the goal. Then of course you do cardio, a lot of cardio. It depends how your body adjusting for the new plan.
Hmm.
And every 6 weeks you have to improve your performance in the workout. I would recommend you. People say you got injured when you're bulking, you're lifting heavy weights. Yes, I agree. Even you when you're cutting, you're able to lift heavy weights,
Hmm.
because you can damage the muscles. But if you have a right time to recover,
Hmm.
which is your right time eat, right time sleep,
Hmm.
and most important, you have to get everything on time. Example, you wake up in the morning, 5 a.m., you had your supplements, your first meal. Next day, you have to get same time
Hmm.
After 2 hours, at 7 a.m., I eat the same food, same amount of supplements I have to take same time.
Hmm.
If you have to go to sleep 9 o'clock, you have to be sharp at 9 o'clock. There is no distractions at all. You have to I would say, I call that tunnel vision. Tunnel vision, you could get a little bit distracted from social, but don't forget, they're not relative on your goal. They're not mistake. If you get emotional, if you get a little bit emotional behavior, it's not their fault. And this is in the keep in mind. Most people, oh, I'm cutting, I'm going to competition. I'm sorry, this is not my problem.
Yeah.
Because client paying for your time and for your work, for your service,
True.
and it doesn't relative at all. You have to keep, I would say, always keep it secretive. As soon as, but you have to inform your management you're going to go competitions. Don't put the pressure much. If they understand, that they shouldn't also understand you. They shouldn't, because this is your goal. You put
True.
on yourself. No one force you to go there, because you can ask very, I would say, diplomatic way. Tell them, I'm going to competition on these days. I need like my last 1-2 weeks to get rest, to get ready for before show, which is the last 2 weeks. You have to, last week you have to cut water to get the right weight. If you're in the right category, you can go in. This is the preparation for bodybuilding. This is how I.
The off season and the on season, which is the preparation 6 months prior. So, what changes in your training do you do in the off season compared to when you are preparing 6 months ahead of the competition? In terms of, let's say, reps, sets, do you go heavy weights, low weights, and macronutrients? What's the role of carbs in the off season compared to the cutting season? I mean, why do you cut off carbs closer to the competition? And if you are cutting carbs, do you replace it with other nutrient like fats or protein, for example?
If you carbs, no, we keep it. I keep it same for me, because everyone has their own type of body, own type. Bodybuilding. Most of our goal, like bodybuilders, to keep it weight and increase the muscle mass. Which is the carbs? Carbs gives you energy, and carbs, and you burn calories. You burn calories to get muscles. What do I mean? Which is the fat.
Mhm,
Basically, it's no carb to give you muscles. Basically, it's a fat.
mhm.
Carbs, they give you energy to lift the weight. You go heavy weight, of course. You go repetition. I go repetition always 10 to 15. When I go to cutting weights, I keep it the same weight, but I go 15 above competitions.
Mm,
Example for the legs. Example to legs, to get definition of the legs. You can't do like, okay, let's say leg extension 45 kg. You can't get definitions with the 10 reps. Of course, you have to get to burn muscle, to get burn, to get fatigue. Once you get fatigue, you fill up with the water. To get fatigue, you need to get more than 15, 20 to get definitions. It's not about muscle mass, it's about definitions.
I see.
Because some last 3 months you work for definitions, it's more about reps. More reps, you get pumped, you get glucose in your body, and you start to get pump. Then you right away you have to drink the right nutrient to keep it that pumped until your body get used to it.
I see. I see. This is in terms of the bodybuilding competitions. How different it is from the martial arts? Like, what changes do you do when you prepare for a martial arts competition in terms of nutrients and training? Do you do any changes? Or what's the difference, let's say, in other words?
No, different. It's combat sport. You have to be more flexible.
Mhm.
It depends which combat sport you do. If you do, I do. I used to do judo. Judo, we cut the weights because we have to. We had a competitions inside the gym. We have around like 50 kids. They say if you want to compete this division, you have to make a weight. There is. We didn't have nutrients. We like very old school. We used to take water with the lemon
Yeah.
acid to just to cut your weights, which we used to make it this. Now, of course, everything now technology, you can develop yourself very go gradually. Now I do same lifting weights, which I'm not lifting bodybuilding. You what you do? You 6 times 6 weeks, 6 days a week. You lifting weights, 1 day rest.
Mhm.
On martial arts, you do training, evening martial arts, you do rolling, you do drilling, you do in the mat. In the morning, only 3 times a week you can do lifting weights because
Okay.
you have to be able to recover.
I see.
And in terms of cut the weights, because in bodybuilding we cut fat under the skin, which
Mhm.
is get more leaner definitions, and you don't have to get physique there. No one gonna see your how look yeah, because there works your IQ, of course your power, your technique
I see.
in martial arts. And there you don't focus on the you lifting weights to get stronger, to lift your opponent, to most important technique, and you most important you cut the water. And last week you cut the water, which is the we have everyone has a different, but I would say every human has more than 5 kg of water as equivalent as water, just if you cut it.
Yeah.
For me, I have a now I know I have a 10 kg because last competitions I was 94
Hmm.
and I make weight 83 because
Oh,
it's 12 kg. I have a water, only
big
water,
jump. Yeah, a lot of water actually. Yeah.
a lot of water, which is I barely. It's extremely hard. It's extremely tough, but I was barely walking, but I did make it. Whatever it takes, we have. I would say
Azamat, you mentioned that. Can I ask where are you from exactly? From which country?
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. You mentioned that like martial arts was like a way for you to get out of the road of, let's say, bad habits back
Mhm.
then in Kazakhstan. Um, like, can I ask why is that the case over there? Like, why is it like spreaded the bad habits in a way? Like, is it something normal over there, or what's the culture like over there?
Culture, first of all, it's defend yourself.
I see.
Defend yourself. Even you got street fight. We had a lot street fight. First question your parents ask you: Did you win? Even
Mm,
you got hurt, you got bruised, you got literally smashed in the street. But first the question they ask you: Did you win? If they say I'm lost, halas, you're a loser. And this is kind of motivates to go to martial arts. Don't get because in the when you kid you fight. Here country you can't fight because this is country more is more bureaucratic, more diplomatic way to teach kids in the our you never know if you have different type of schools and schools that behave kids you sometimes you have to defend yourself which is the martial arts helps to people go from bad habits smoking drinking party all this can even with this we used to manage to go to party but this is the best way to most of people it's our national habit to go because the kids uh, send you direct to martial combat sport to protect yourself and protect your family. Our culture, family is everything.
see.
Family is everything. My parents taught me, your family, this is like country. Imagine your country, you have a president, you're the president, and you have to, and you're a soldier. They used to get, because I used to raise by discipline.
I see.
Discipline is the now it's mixed. Sometimes I get upset when I was beginning my journey, when I was young, when I was a student. Then I think discipline now. I'm very grateful. Even my parents, I call them, thank you very much for beating me when I was kid. It's now raised me who I am now. Discipline makes everything, and I would say sacrifice, you need to sacrifice everything. You need to, if you want to be some level of expertise of anything in your life, you're able to sacrifice your time, sacrifice your water, sacrifice your relationship, your family. But don't forget, only family, when it's tough time, family gonna protect you.
True.
It's gonna be stand up for you behind. You have to vote. I will say always, very good word. Respect people, but don't trust them.
Mm. That's
Respect
beautiful.
them,
Yeah.
but don't trust them, because only family, this is our culture. Family is a priority because we have a huge family. Anything happen, I would say, true example, my cousin, she got cancer in January. She got breast cancer. Everyone got panic, what we're gonna do. She got on the third stage or fourth stage breast cancer, which is her, it's genetically from her family.
See.
And what we did, my mom, she didn't panic. She called everyone. We have around a relative a lot. Everyone she called. She told us, true example. Everyone who is the single, this amount money you have to put it. This amount money you have to put it. And everyone, like, it's expensive. It's around 30 grand, more than 30 grand in dollars in the Turkey to make it. Most is the cheapest one. And which is, then I understood only family can help. Now she's still alive. Now she recovered everything. Even no one asked back any money. She told everyone, if you're sending money, forget about it. Think it's charity, and only God can return you back in the good way. Forget about it. Never ask return money. Just give it. I give everyone. She put decent amount for each family. And she considered we have three of us, and three of us like three different families. And like, if you're single, okay, you put this amount. If you have a family, you put this amount. Which is impressed me. And I said, my mom, why you do this? She said, Azamat, if not family, who gonna help her? We're not gonna leave. We're gonna leave her. You can imagine she's alone in the Turkey. She doesn't know what to do, and only we are here. Anything is happen our life, with it, family is the first. Family gonna protect you, your parents, your mom. That's why sometimes don't forget to call them, to tell them how are you, just to say how are you, because sometimes we're wasting our time for no reason. For client, oh, we're like, okay, do this. Yes, they're there, but give them time at least, because no one get longer this life. No one forever.
You know, man, like it's really fascinating how what you are talking about, the family connection, like it's something intangible, like you cannot touch on it,
Yeah,
but it's like in our blood or in our genes, like the power to being like withdrawn to family. Like,
yeah,
why don't we have this connection with people that we meet, with friends and so on? But as you said, like usually like whatever happens, whatever problems happen with the family in the past and so on, always they stick up together. And
yeah,
that I think is very fascinating. Um, like the thing that you mentioned of like the family always sticking up together, like I also can relate to it from my side. Um, Like I used to always like ask myself, why are my family like this, like that, always trying to urge me to do this and that, and I didn't like it. But now growing up, I was like, maybe they had a point. So like now you start seeing what they meant after all these years of rebellion, let's say. And it all makes sense after all these years, like the discipline, trying to put you on track and you not wanting to do that, but things start to show up later on in life, and I think that's very beautiful, actually.
yeah. It's true, true, true. You have to able to, because everyone, this country, what we understand is experience. We see multicultural country here.
Mm,
You can't see anywhere in the world how this country, it's so beautiful. You can see different culture, how they raise the kids. Example, they're from Philippines, they raise differently. They're from India, they raise differently. They're from Middle East, they differently. They're from Russia, they're different. And this is the, I think, way you be able to be more flexible and understand different culture. I always say, if you want to know the person, know his culture.
Mm.
Because when I start to learn Arabic, he was Syrian guy. He lives in Kazakhstan, and he taught me language, not from alphabet, which everyone do basic program. He started to, okay, let me explain what's culture around Arabic,
Mm.
why this language came from, what people loves, what kind of food they eat, how they eat the food. I think if you want to know the person, know his culture, because here you can meet so many people, and sometimes for their aggressiveness, for them it's normal. For you, it's being rude. And you, okay, he is from this, okay, I can understand. For him, it's normal. You can accept it. That's why we be able to control, which is, it's very harsh for Russian mentality people, because we are straightforward. I'm raised and born in Russia. We're straightforward. We say how it is, which is sometimes great, sometimes it's not. It doesn't work, because you have to be diplomatic to think. If you have, I always say advice, if you have aggressiveness to people, just to be quiet. Sometimes say nothing more powerful to say something. This is
So
my,
from judo to jiu-jitsu. Why jiu-jitsu?
yeah. I would say my coach encouraged me all the time.
Mm.
I know him. His name Marcel.
Mm-hmm.
He's a seven times world champion. Yeah, he's 7 times. Still, he's crossed at 50 years, but
Mm-hmm.
he's still competing, which is impressive. And we
Beautiful.
always meet in the gym, and he was like, come to jiu-jitsu one day. I was like, okay, it's what, 2 months ago. Come. He last year he invited me. Well, I was rejecting because I was into bodybuilding, and this year he get, come Azamat, you're so powerful, you have so much power, you can apply on this, and you can use the right way. I said, okay. Then I came, and it was tough, and I love it. And I'm like, okay, I feel when I do jiu-jitsu, like any martial arts, rolling, drilling with, and if you got smashed, you fighting, in the end you hugging each other, like you give respect, you give, you shake the hand, and the end you're happy, like nothing was happened, because you're fighting 50 minutes, you fighting, and the end, like everyone took pictures, everyone is happy, you feel great. I don't know how to explain the feelings. I feel emotionally like, wow, I feel here, okay, this is the mine. Then I would say accidentally to fight. I didn't tell my coach. He was in Armenia in the camp. He went to the camp Armenia. Then I messaged me. I registered. I'm going to compete. I told which weight I'm going to compete. And he said, I'm 94. Go to 85. I said, okay. Then I start to cut the weight. I cut the weight within like 1 week,
Mm.
which is
Wow.
yeah,
Oh.
1 week. 1 week I cut the weight, which is the martial arts they do. They just cut the weight, they drink the water, most important water, hot shower, hot bath, sauna, and a lot of cardios, of course, a lot of cardios, which we do.
Do you
This is
think that you lose some strength while you're losing all this weight within short amount of time? Have you
a
noticed any difference in your performance or
very good
mental
question.
clarity even?
Very good question. It's very good. When I was bodybuilding, I used to squat. My maximum was like 160. I
Yeah.
can't, like, let's talk about proper squat, Olympic weight, go straight down, like you touch. you can't imagine after jiu-jitsu, I think my hips improved,
Yeah.
and my weight, like I start improve a lot. I start now is I 180, I believe. 180, which is good. Then I improve, and then how I noticed I improve in the physically on the split Bulgarian split squat.
Yeah.
Bulgarian split squat. Okay, I was when I was bodybuilding, I used to, maybe it's muscle of stiffness
Mm.
of range of the motion. You can't go literally down. And I noticed now your hips mobility improved and you can
Mm.
go down and you're able to lift more weights because your hips, because biologically by science, your hips most powerful, they can lift more than 900 kg.
Wow. Wow.
This hips. Example, if you took the car, let's say Nissan Sunny,
Hmm.
if you pass by your hips not gonna get broken.
Wow, really? I never knew
Yes,
that.
I still remember in the biology. This is the science. Uh, she when they give instruction of body, they said,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is the bones," and we say hips. This is the most you can't break it. This is hips. You can tore, but you can't break it.
Wow.
Yeah, 900 kg. Then my strength after jiu-jitsu improved a lot terms of mentally and physically also.
Fascinating.
I able to do one single leg Bulgarian spot. I do 56, I think each leg, if I'm not mistaken, which is the very good. I didn't even expect.
Fascinating.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu it helped because my coach told me now we are focusing on the technique because I used to go. Now I'm going to power, which is I won competition with the power. I didn't win with technique because those guys 85 kg, they're tall. You can
Mm.
imagine 185, they're 85, they're taller than me, and they're. Then I said, okay, I have only power. I can go power. I have a judo background, which is jiu-jitsu. Judo, it's completely different because judo you do stand up on the when you stand up only you have to hit and take down. That's it. He stand up again, take down. And jiu-jitsu, you continuously go. If you take the down, you continuously going rolling until you his choke or win the by points. And I noticed when my coach came and he was shouting on me, literally shouting, like screaming on the tribune. He was like, do this," and I noticed this is drive of hardness and aggressiveness on me. It helps a lot. Even
Mm.
my coach on the bodybuilding, he was very nice first. When we start to cut weight, he was very nice. Okay, maybe you will this, you this, and I was a little bit relaxed. When he start to put pressure, he's screaming, he is doing this. My results get better, and
Mm.
he understood the way approach me because every client is different. And he told me, okay, this way you need to get approached, and this comes from the childhood.
I see.
Because childhood I got very get disciplined. For me, if I'm going to speak loudly, I have to get asked permissions from my parents. Can I speak now? Even someone comes guest, I shouldn't enter the table until I ask the request because this is our culture. You come to the example, you come to my house. Even if you are youngest in the house, you shouldn't allow to be on the table with
Oh,
another guest because you shouldn't hear what they talk about because this is different talk. Maybe they talk about business. This is the how because this is applies for three, but only me can got it
yeah.
as a discipline because my my brother and sister they're a little bit sensitive because they're raised by grandfathers. But once you're raised by grandfathers, you get a little bit sensitive, you get a
Oh.
little bit flexible, they like too much love. But my parents, they was very strict. I had a schedule. You wake up this time, you do this. Once you're done, you're good to go. You don't
Mm.
you didn't get done, that's fine. This has helps me to achieve a lot of things. I was literally frustrating when I was like, oh, why did I want to go out? I want to do that. And she told me, this is my friends. And my mom told me, Azamat, they do the same what you do. They wake up same time. They wake up they do training what you do. I said, no, they are not your friends.
I see. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's very beautiful. Like surrounding yourself with like-minded people who fit
absolutely.
into your mentality, who fit into your lifestyle. They
Yeah,
can help you in alleviating, like taking up your game or improving
absolutely.
yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I always say, if you want to be the best, anything in the best, learn from the best. Because as we talk about it recently, you said very good word. Competitions humbles you,
True.
which is you said very beautiful last week. I always say like competitions, it humbles you because sometimes people think you're the best. No, there is the best. There is. It means you have to work harder. Everyone has a problems. Everyone has a kids. Everyone has a family. Everyone has the bill to pay. But why they're the best? Because they do different.
True.
The mentality different. And if you want, I think you have to able to surround these people, ask them how they did, why. Example, there is a true example why Ronnie Coleman is the best all the time. He wasn't win until he went to Kevin LeBron his room and asking what do you do to
Yeah.
winning all the shows. He didn't have this. Sometimes I think we need to put our ego down because everyone has ego. No, everyone has ego. Even we didn't have ego, I think no one can compete. In I think as a man and being alpha, every man wants to be alpha. If you want to be alpha, it's good for you. Yes, it's good. It drives you somewhere. But sometimes you need to put your ego in the pocket and forget. Because I used to say when I used to work hospitality, put your ego in the pocket and let's make money.
Like being an alpha, I can't say that it's always about being the strongest or let's say being the fastest or whatever it is.
Mhm.
I think it's about accepting that you are not the best in everything, being open
Absolutely.
to learn and listening to others and like learn from their experiences. Because as you said, if you are the best, there's always someone better than you. And
Absolutely.
like if you always think that I'm good, there's always someone better than you. And I saw that in competitions. Like early on in my younger, let's say, training days, I used to compete a lot in CrossFit, powerlifting, and so on.
Mhm.
And when I'm in
I
the
used,
gym, yeah, when I'm
yeah,
in the gym, I was like, oh, I'm really good, like among my friends and so on. But when you go there, you see a totally new level. People on a
absolutely.
different scale. And you're like, oh, wow. Like, okay, so how do they do that? Like, so now you have like a new standard. You have a
Yeah.
new goal to try to
Mhm.
reach. And accepting that like you are not the best is always gonna drive you forward. Or is gonna make you disappointed, as you told me at the beginning of the conversation when you were like, okay, that's it. I'm not gonna compete anymore. And somebody pushed you and told you, no, keep pushing. So it's either
Yeah.
gonna break you or it's gonna make you a better version of yourself. And I think that life is like peeling layers of onion of ourselves.
Mm.
So every time
Exactly.
we discover something new, we discover a
Exactly.
weakness, we discover a room for improvement. So we shed one layer and then we try again and we see what are we missing and we shed a new layer and we try to constantly improve. And that's very beautiful.
Yeah. And as you say, I would say you have to. That's why as a PT, end of the story. Your PT, you're able to see the potential of the client to see and maximize his performance. Example, I went to the strength condition training and there is a level of aggressiveness. Sometimes for athletes, aggressiveness it helps a lot. Sometimes he's if he's calm little bit calm. He can achieve a lot. If you're in the middle between of the emotional and this, because some people, this is true example. When I was per competition, I put everything. I forget about my job, which gives me paid for me. I put everything on this bodybuilding competition. I want to be the best. See how it works role to emotionally damaged, almost damaged me one unless I meet one person.
Mm.
And this one person, it drives you up randomly. Like she told me, okay, you can, this you will remember where you start. Believe me, I'm still grateful. Unfortunately, she left the country, but still grateful for her. She told me this conversation was like, it's like night conversation. I still remember because that's why a coach able to maximize your performance and see the potential to drive you get more better.
You know, your
This is,
life could have gone in a totally different way if you
yeah,
didn't meet this person.
exactly. Exactly. That's why I think people, I always say people need people. People, people need people, and uh, share your story, tell the story, what happened. People listen. If he doesn't want to listen, it's okay. Move forward. You will find who going to listen. Yeah. There is so many people wants to say negative about you. Yes, let them say. Let's about okay, you're dead. Okay, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. Yeah.
Doing our best. I think like life is just about always trying to improve, making a better version of yourself, and trying to spread, let's say, your knowledge and positivity to the community that you are in.
Yeah.
Maybe they can spread it to others, and like we can build a better society later on as we grow. I think it's like a ripple effect. Like the more good you put, the more it spreads to others and
Yeah.
others and others. Yeah.
Yeah. Most of all, you able to help the people, help not only emotional and physically, go with them, mm, make the community like group. You can do group chat of your clients. If you have more than like 10 clients, you can do group chat. You can meet them once in a week who likes, if they're surround your area where they live. If you want to go out, just to meet chat in the morning,
Yeah.
just to get, let's go run, who wants to run. This is, I would say, this is kind of community which is a helps to be in success as PT,
Sure.
as any fitness industry, any fitness, even you do group classes, even you do. I always, before I used to consider, okay, PT, only PT, but now I understand because fitness industry, it's so huge impact of everything, and everyone has own contribution inside. Even you say group classes, spinning, cycling, yoga, pilates, anything you like it, because sometimes my client comes for me consultations. When we do consultation assessment, I want to lose weight, I want to do this, I want to do classes. I said yes, why not? Which is most trainers say, no, don't go classes, you get hurt. No, go, let him try. Why are you stopping him? He wants to, no, opposite, make schedule for him. Tell him, okay, open the application. What you have classes? These classes you can do. This class you recover, and slowly you improved. And once a week, twice a week, come to me. We're gonna work on your stability, on your improve your performance on the class, because class is a competition. They compete each other, which is the everything relative. Because most PTs that don't say, okay, let me divide. I'm PT. They do own cycling. No, everything is relative. Even let's say he do spinning classes. Of course, he will get injury of the knee because of the endurance and pressure you put on the knee. That's why he come to you to recover. You can do physiotherapy training. Why not? Tell them, let's improve your stability, which is great. Or you do some VOD, VOD workout. VOD workout you can do. Okay, improve your snatches, improve your improve your deadlift, improve your squats. Okay, let me hire once at least a week. He will improve my stability, because in the classes you don't have much time, you have limited time, and you can't control 20 people
Very true.
to do the same.
Very true.
You can't control because you're alone. You can imagine he's alone and he can't control 20 people just to do right things. It's not army do the same, everyone do
True.
the same. Like, it's not army, because this is, you have to make fun, you have to music, you have to be a little bit fun. Like, most, I would say, group classes, which is, I like it. You're entertaining people.
Mm.
You're like entertaining. Okay, let's do this, guys. Let's do like challenge in the good way. This, everything is related.
Very true.
Yeah.
Like they complete each other, I think.
Yeah, they complete each other.
Complete each other.
Yeah.
Azamat, is there anything that you'd like to share before we finalize the episode? Anything from your side that you want to share that I didn't talk about?
Oh, how's your competition to Hyrox?
Wallahi, it opens up like a totally new, let's say, challenge for me. Because never in my life I ran. Like I always did like kind of strength and conditioning kind of training. And only
Yeah,
when I go,
you used to lift a ton of weights.
yeah, like when I used to train, I only used to like do Olympic lifting or kind of strength and conditioning. And if I ran, I used to sprint, and that's it. But now, like on a daily basis, I have running and sometimes
Mhm.
very long running sessions. And it's like a totally new challenge for me. Like my body is still in shock. But you know what? It opens up like a new challenge for you. Like it opens up a new chapter in the training journey. Because as you
Mm.
know, like after a lot of years in training, sometimes things start to be boring or very repetitive in a sense. So you need like a new way or a new path to rediscover yourself in a sense.
Mhm.
So all this running is very interesting actually. And I got injured like a while back because of running, and it opened up like a new perspective for me of how can I recover from this injury, how can I alter my training to fix the injury. And now I can reflect that on people who are getting a similar injury. So like, oh, I know that. Let me tell you how to do it.
This is the code experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you also don't believe the doctors.
I don't believe in doctors. I hate doctors.
Yeah, you don't believe doctors. Yeah, I always say there is very good quote of UFC president Dana White. He used to say, uh, "Don't put your health on the doctors unless you broke something.
Yes.
You have fracture, you broke something, then you go. If you're general health, never go. Go to dietitian, go to the nutritionist. They will help you to um, maximize your performance on this. Because I would say doctors, they put you on the pills and the end of story.
You know, I'm a
And then
big believer that the body can heal itself in most
exactly.
of the cases, unless it's like a point where it crosses the line of danger, let's say. Only then that you need maybe someone, as you mentioned, if it's a broken thing or a case of kind of an infection where the body cannot handle it, maybe you need to go. But in most of the cases, the body can heal itself,
Absolutely.
and that's fascinating.
Yeah. But how you recover from this example? You have a now so much endurance, so much pressure on your body now. How you recover? What do you do specifically? Example, now I feel that my recovery is less, not like before. I can recover quickly. Now I recover slowly. Even I took supplements. I took ice bath. I took hot shower when I sleep. All the stuff. But how you recover your CNM system to sleep on time,
All right,
because
let
you
me tell
even
you.
if
So, from the injury that I got, it was like a stress fracture, kind of a chin splint.
Mhm.
And why did I get that? I discovered that when I run, my body is built to be a sprinter. So my feet are pronated inwards.
oh, okay,
So I'm very good in jumping and
yeah,
sprinting rather than long distance running.
flat feet, basically.
Yes. So my body is more built to sprinting, and even when I run, I have a stride where my leg goes up to my glutes, to my butt, let's say, and that's a
Hmm.
sprinting kind of let's say body mechanic. Now, when I used to start running, I was running with a very flat shoes on
Hmm.
the treadmill, and my body was so forward into
You're
it, like
leaning forward.
downward. So I had a lot
Okay.
of pressure on my knee chins because of the
Ah,
flat shoes and the downward declination, let's say. So later on, I was like, okay, I think it's because of the shoes. So I got a running shoes and it has a cushion
hmm.
and it helped me in having a stride where it does like a propulsion and it makes me bounce off the floor and my
Hmm.
leg would be kicked up. And I stopped running on the treadmill, the conventional treadmill, and I started running outside and running on the assault runner. The
Hmm.
assault runner, it takes your leg in a like a natural motion with a curve. You know, there
Hmm.
it has a curve. So every time
Yeah.
I'm running on it, my leg is taking the shape which my body needs to maintain that. So changing the shoes helped, changing the running helped. And when I got the injury, I was like, okay, let me step away. And I started doing some kind of different endurance training, like the assault bike, rowing, and ski, a bit more until I recovered. And then I started experimenting with this. Now, speaking of the pressure that you mentioned, back then, I used to train on my own. Like I used to
Hmm.
just go every day to the gym, kill myself, and go out, and thinking
Hmm.
that okay, my body's gonna heal. But I discovered that no, you have to build up your body bit by bit, because I jumped from not running at all to
Hmm.
running like almost 50 to 60K a week. So it was like a
Okay.
very big jump in a very
Okay.
short amount of time,
Okay. Basically, you okay. You basically on okay. Basically, 10 kilometers a day.
almost.
You run almost.
Between slow runs and between sprints.
Okay.
So now, when I started training with the trainer after my injury, he started building me up. So he was like, all right, I told him I have an injury and so on and so forth. He was like, okay. So he started with me with a 7 kilometer a day. We started building on that for a week. Then we added it for like almost 8 kilometers a week. Now we're on a base of 12 kilometers a day. So he
Okay.
started building me up and see how my body is reacting to it. And he
Did you
forced me
do
to,
phases?
yes, phases. Not only
Hmm.
that, but like prior to 1 week before my last competition in Bangkok, he told me this week we're only going to be training 30% to 50% out of your max and everything. So I
Mm.
was like almost doing nothing. And I was
Yeah.
so bored. But
Yeah.
coming into the competition day, when I was warming up in the warming up area, I was like, oh wow, like I feel so fresh and I feel so eager to do something. Like,
Mm.
my body had a lot of time to recover. And when I started doing the competition, I even noticed that after I finished the race, I wasn't as tired as I was when I did it the first time.
Okay.
So, like the
Okay.
preparation and the building up. So he built me up for week one, two, week three was so intense. Week four, which is the race week, I had almost nothing to do, like super boring training.
Very good. Very gradual. Very smart. Very
Yeah,
nice.
and then on the race day, he was like, all right, so one day before I started carb loading and getting ready, electrolytes and so on and so forth. And after I finished the race, I was like, wow, I'm ready to do another one again, like immediately. I was not devastated like the first time. So now again, I'm building up in kind of training blocks because, like I told them, okay, so I have weakness in this, so let's work on that. So now we are working to build my legs under fatigue. Because on the last race, I improved my running pace, which is the goal that we wanted. But I
Mhm.
noticed that I'm still getting tired by the last two stations, which is the lunges and the wall balls. In
Just
Bangkok, like my feet almost, I used to see my muscles shaking, like having like because they were depleted, like I couldn't take it. So now we are working, the program is a little bit more inclined into running and leg fatigue, running and leg fatigue. as much.
Okay. You're maximizing performance on your legs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Basically, your like your legs only. You're working on your legs
Not the
to able
strength
to
part of
ha-
it.
handle the stamina of the legs.
Yes.
Okay.
Not the
Very good.
strength of it, but like being able to endure um, the fatigue after and stress of it, like after the running, you need to do a lot of reps, running and a lot of reps, and see how your body will handle that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is great.
it's interesting.
Very good. Interesting. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for being here, and I really do
Thank you so
appreciate your
much.
time.
Thank you for your time.
This was
Thank
really
you.
nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's see you around.
See you.